there's just so many levels between League Two and Championship that I just think it's going to be a bit too much of an ask for Cheltenham going into this one.
Let go of the brittle, 'cause you'll find life is a riddle that we're not meant to understand.
Hi guys, how's it going? And today we are back with another match preview. So today's match preview is for Cheltenham's Carabao Cup second leg away draw against Championship side Millwall. In today's preview we'll be going over my predicted lineup, score prediction, both clubs' first few competitive games of the season, and also the players to watch, which is a new feature on these previews. If you go on to enjoy this video, please do smash like. Let's try and smash 15 likes on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. And if you do also enjoy the content on my channel, do feel free to go down and subscribe as well. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. If you can help me get on the road to that, it'll be more than you know. Also, just before we do get into the video, please do go and follow my Twitch. I'll put it on the screen and link it in the description. As we're currently 8 followers away from 50 at the time of filming this, so if you could try help me hit that, it would genuinely mean the world. I do put quite a lot of time into my streams. A lot of the time I am trying to improve it, so if you could go over, show some support over there, maybe drop into 1 or 2 streams. I do try and stream as often as possible. We usually do match reactions, live match reactions, and football related discussions. So say on a Sunday we might do, discussing this weekend's results in League 2, discussing this weekend's Premier League results, talking about Fantasy Premier League, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff, do feel free to drop by. We do usually hold about minimum 7 viewers, so if you could come over and show your support on that, it would genuinely mean more than you know. With all that said, let's get on with the video. So to start off, we will go through the home side's competitive record coming into this game. So they have played 2 matches so far this campaign, with their first league game ending in a 0-0 draw against Stoke. To reach this stage in the competition, they have beat our fellow League 2 side Crawley by 3-1 after a very dominant performance from Gary Rowe and his players. Very strong squad, it looks to be from Millwall this season. I'd guess that probably they'd be looking to finish maybe mid-table, maybe even pushing for playoffs this season, off the back of solid performances in previous seasons. And they are probably looking to really progress with the chance of obviously being promoted to the Premier League. We've played 1 more game than Millwall so far this season, with that extra game being our 1-0 win against Newport County in the EFL Trophy. We've got off to a poor start in League 2 this season with defensive errors, leading to our disappointing loss at home to Morecambe. Very poor performance there from the majority of the players. But let's not talk too much about that. Our brilliant winning performance against strong League 1 side Peterborough takes us up to date with all of the previous results from both sides. Obviously, to take us to this point, the result against Peterborough was absolutely excellent. Brilliant performance from the players. Josh Griffiths made a mistake, made up for it, and was brilliant for the rest of the game. Unbelievable goalkeeper. His distribution is a bit dodgy, but nevertheless, he's great with his hands. If he can just, make that distribution, improve that distribution slightly, he will be probably up there, if not the best goalkeeper in the league. But yeah, nevertheless, it was a great performance against Peterborough, and hopefully we can even have more of the same against an even better squad. So, moving on to the players to watch going into this game. For Millwall, it would be Troy Power, but let's be honest, he's probably not going to start. So it's likely to be probably Matt Smith. He's probably more of a realistic player to be played against little old Cheltenham, let's say. Our player to watch is probably Liam Sercombe. Having said that though, it depends who starts. Even Ruben Reid, he's been brilliant so far. Alfie May is probably a very close second in terms of the fact that he's been brilliant during pre-season and he's scored in our first League 2 game. Obviously, disappointing that came to a loss, but it was a brilliant performance by him nevertheless. And I can see him bagging probably minimum 10 in League 2 alone this season. Fingers crossed for him. So he is probably second player to watch. But Liam Sercombe, though I already need to say more. Excellent on the ball, excellent distribution, can hit his shot from absolutely miles out. We've seen that with his attempts so far, and his strike against Peterborough. There's nothing more to say on him, really. He's an excellent little player, and I definitely think he will be our player to watch. So, my starting lineup prediction for us is Josh Griffiths in goal, Will Boyle, Charlie Raglan, Ben Tozer, Chris Hussey, Matty Blair, Connor Thomas, Finn Azaz, Liam Sercombe, Ruben Reid, and Alfie May. This would be a very strong lineup in my opinion. Although I'm sure me choosing Will Boyle is a bit of a controversial one. However, he has been quite dodgy of late, obviously, but I think he deserves a few more chances to really prove that he's still the player he was at times last season. You know, he does have the potential there, but as of late in the playoffs, pre-season he's been alright for the games he has played, but so far he was poor against Morecambe. He's not showing good signs, and his performances are slipping gradually, especially that one in the playoffs against Northampton. The less said about that, the better, let's be honest. But his potential's still there, and fingers crossed he can bounce back from these poor performances and hopefully prove to Duff that he should be starting week in, week out as a strong League 2 centre-back in a defence that was already absolutely brilliant last season. Charlie Raglan probably being the key man in that, to having the best defensive record in terms of goals conceded in League 2 last season. So yeah, personally I think one of the downfalls of Saturday's loss was the fact that we did start Connor Thomas in right wing back, right mid, whatever you want to say, instead of playing him in midfield and starting Blair. Obviously, Clements, I think personally he's a good little player, but he had a very poor performance this weekend, and I did think that Connor Thomas should have started in centre mid, and Blair definitely should have started. But we don't know what goes on in the dressing room, you know. Players might have picked up little injuries, meaning they can't start. We don't know everything that's going on, so I can't really comment too much onto that. But personally, that's definitely what I would have done. So, going into this game, I'm quite optimistic that the lads will have a good performance. However, I can't see us getting into round 3. Strong championship side, I just can't see it happening for us. My score prediction is going to be an unlucky 1-0 loss for Cheltenham at the Den. I was thinking of going 2-1, but in all fairness, I can't see it being very high scoring, and I just can't see us grabbing a goal. You know, they're an unbelievable team. And there's just so many levels between League 2 and Championship that I just think it's going to be a bit too much of an ask for Cheltenham going into this one. So that is it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. Remember to leave your score predictions down in the comments, and feel free to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a class rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.